Julia Gillard admits the government's doing it tough right now, trying to sell the carbon tax. But the Prime Minister's shrugged off suggestions. The biggest obstacle is her own pledge before the last election not to introduce the tax. Tonight, the government's pumping the first of $12 million worth of taxpayer-funded advertisements onto the airwaves, explaining the reasons for pricing carbon. Here's ABC political correspondent Greg Jennett.
It's a bit like the carbon debate.
Oh, that's a good one.
The aim's to hit a long-range target. But the more you try, the harder it gets.
We have the cheapest coal.
Yeah, but if we look around the world, people are
Which part of the world? I just said Vietnam.
Yeah, well,
I just said
mentioned
India.
The Prime Minister was challenged over why coal-fired power generation will be taxed here when it's exported for others to burn however they like.
India is taxing coal from all sources.
$1 a tonne.
She placated him, and the pensioners liked the message on compensation.
Well, I hope people start putting their ears on and listening.
The message will be hard to miss.
And with the rest, we'll be supporting jobs.
This is some of what $12 million buys.
It's not a tax on individuals. It's a charge paid only by Australia's biggest polluters.
Government advertising, the Prime Minister is convinced taxpayers want to see.
People have been hungry for information, so we will be advertising and providing information.
I think people don't like two things about these ads. First, they're taxpayer funded, and second, they're not telling the whole truth.
Spreading the facts is what Julia Gillard's carbon campaign is all about, but a week in, she acknowledges the enormity of the task confronting her.
It's tough now, there's a lot of fear and anxiety around, and I'll keep combating that fear and anxiety with simple facts.
Few doubt the Prime Minister's determination, but Labor's woeful standing in the polls has some in her ranks questioning how long the turnaround will take. It's a question that bristles in the asking.
If things are still the same for Labor in 12 months' time, what do you do?
Well, I just completely reject that entirely.
Have you asked your ministers, is it you?
My ministers, like me, are determined.
Former foes aren't as reticent.
There's a lot of people think that this is killing her. I think she's killing this.
The current Prime Minister appears to lack any authority.
The former Prime Minister has changed his mind on emissions trading and now says it's crazy to move ahead of the rest of the world. Greg Jennett, ABC News, Canberra.